Have you ever wondered about the kings and queens history forgot? Not the famous ones, like Tutankhamun, who was rediscovered, but the ones who truly vanished from the pages of time. Today, we're embarking on a quest to find a lost king, a monarch whose story is so obscure, it's almost as if they never existed. Our journey takes us to the wind-swept Orkney Islands, north of Scotland, a place steeped in Viking sagas and ancient mysteries. Here, amidst Neolithic ruins and Norse legends, we find whispers of a ruler named King Ragnar. But this isn't the famous Ragnvald Colson, the saint who built the magnificent St. Magnus Cathedral. This is another Ragnvald, a phantom king, a ghost in the annals of history. So, who was this forgotten Ragnar? The sources are incredibly scarce, almost non-existent, unlike other Norse jarls and kings whose deeds were sung by skalds and recorded in sagas. This Ragnvald's reign is a black hole. We have fragments, mentions in later texts that hint at a ruler who held power, but the details are maddeningly vague. It's like finding a single, broken piece of a crown and trying to imagine the entire kingdom it once represented. One theory suggests he was Ragnvald Gudridsson, a 12th century king of the Isles, a kingdom that included the Isle of Man and the Hebrides. His influence might have stretched to Orkney, but he was never its sole, undisputed ruler. He was a player in a much larger, chaotic Game of Thrones, constantly battling rivals and Norse Gaelic lords. His kingship in Orkney might have been a temporary claim, a brief moment of dominance that was quickly erased by the next wave of conflict. Why was he forgotten? History, as they say, is written by the victors. The lineage that ultimately triumphed in Orkney, the line of the powerful jarls, had no reason to celebrate a rival. Sagas were commissioned to glorify their own ancestors, not the competitors they defeated. Ragnvald, if he was indeed a competitor, was likely edited out of the official story. His accomplishments, his battles, his very existence, were inconvenient truths, so they were simply omitted. Imagine being a king. You command armies, you build strongholds, you make decisions that affect thousands of lives. You believe your legacy will echo through the ages. And yet, within a few generations, you're nothing more than a footnote, a question mark in a dusty manuscript. It's a humbling and slightly chilling thought. The tides of time not only erode castles, but can wash away entire legacies. This lack of information is what makes his story so compelling. It's a historical detective case. We have to piece together clues from geography, archaeology, and the faintest textual hints. For example, some place names in Orkney might hold echoes of his presence, names that have long since lost their original meaning. Archaeologists might unearth a coin or a weapon that doesn't fit the established timeline, a small anomaly that could be a clue to this lost reign. Think about the Bayeux Tapestry, which tells the story of 1066. Every figure is named, every event chronicled. Ragnvald has no such tapestry. His story is an invisible thread in the grand weave of history. He represents the countless leaders and influential figures whose stories are lost to us forever, simply because no one was there to write them down, or because those who did had their own agendas. It's a powerful reminder that history isn't just a collection of facts. It's a narrative, a story that is told and retold. And in that retelling, some characters are given starring roles, while others, like our lost king, are left on the cutting room floor. He is a ghost haunting the edges of the Norse sagas, a king who ruled in the shadows of what we call official history. So, the next time you walk through a museum or read a history book, remember the silences between the words. Remember the empty spaces on the map. It's in those gaps, in those forgotten corners, that the most intriguing mysteries lie waiting. The story of the lost king of Orkney isn't just about one man. It's about the very nature of memory and the fragility of a legacy. Thank you so much for joining me on this historical investigation. If you enjoy unraveling the forgotten mysteries of the past, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. It helps us continue our quest for the stories that history left behind. We'll see you in the next one.